If you incorporate any of these hip mobility stretches into your routine, I guarantee you're going to see decreased pain, increased performance, but also you're going to see some great things happening to your quality of movement. Hey everybody, I'm Coach Brian, strength coach here and functional movement specialist with criticalbench.com, and I appreciate you watching this video because I love talking about hip mobility. And there's a reason why hip mobility is so important, because everything surrounds the hips. Your glutes, your groin, your core. Your hips are an integral part of your body, and it's important to make sure that they're healthy as can be. So in this video, I'm giving you 6 different hip mobility exercises or stretches that you can use to increase flexibility and mobility in those hips of yours. The first 3 are going to be beginners, and the last 3 are going to be more for advanced individuals because they are definitely challenging, to say the least. So this is Jillian. She is an NPC national competitor. She's local here to the Tampa Bay area. She's on Instagram. Make sure you follow her and follow us on Instagram too. We've got a lot of cool stuff on there that I know you're going to appreciate. So let's get right to it. Hip mobility. Hips, psoas, iliac crest. I mean, everything in this area. There's so much going on that it's important for you to just do them properly. So these are exercises that you can use when your hips are tight, before a workout, after a long day of driving, behind the desk, you name it. These exercises and stretches can be done anywhere at any time. So we're going to get into the first one. It's a half kneel hip flexor stretch. So as you can see, Jillian's here in a 90-90 position. She's going to lift up her down side arm. So her right knee is down, her right arm is up, and she's going to slowly lean into it. This is one of the most common hip flexor stretches on the planet. It's because it's effective. It really gets deep into that psoas there. Good, and release. Yep, and just multiple times per side, reps. You can hold it for 5, 10, 15 seconds at a time. You kind of create the repetition range that you want, but you make sure to do both sides properly. I would at least spend at least 30 seconds to a minute on each side, either holding it or going through reps. So if you have any deep hip pain, or just deep hip tightness, this is a great stretch to go to. It might even be just challenging to go just staying in that 90-90 position. All right, perfect. So the next one is still on beginners. We're gonna go onto our back. All right, so you're gonna extend both legs down the floor. You're gonna pull one knee into the chest, keeping this down leg straight and extended, pulling that knee in for a couple seconds, releasing, and then you can alternate sides. Again, same thing. I would go about 5 repetitions per side, maybe 5, 10, 15 seconds per hold. Getting a good deep stretch. Now you're probably thinking, this kind of looks like a glute stretch. Well, it is, but the glutes are connected to the hips. So you want to make sure that you're doing glute stretches as well, because again, we're talking about hip mobility here. Okay, so next one, on to the third one. So we're gonna go into a tabletop position or an all fours position. Hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips. Now you're gonna extend one leg back. Now you're gonna take that extended leg and cross it over the opposite leg. Now she's gonna look, or you're gonna look at that foot that you just extended out. So her right leg is out, so now she's taking her head, looking over the left shoulder there at that right foot. Holding this for time. 15 to 30 seconds is good, and then switch to the other side. The further you get that leg out and the further you look, you're gonna get a good glute, but also hip flexor stretch in there as well. So let's go into the advanced stretches now. This first one is a modified world's greatest stretch, or a Spider-Man position. So one leg, bring it all the way up, even with the hands. Now, as you can see, this is a pretty robust movement, if you will. Hence the name Spider-Man, because it's like your legs are all the way out in front of you. But she is sinking deep into that. If you can hold this position comfortably, pick up that down leg to extend that stretch. Hold this 15, 20, 30 seconds at a time, switch sides, and don't forget to breathe on these. A lot of people have a tendency to hold their breath the harder the stretch. That's not necessarily a good thing. Breathing helps control and release the muscles of the body. So very good stretch to get deep into those hips there. Again, that's an advanced stretch. So I don't expect beginners or anybody with hip pain to get that stretch. So you're definitely gonna wanna take advantage of this if you've got the mobility for that. So the next one is a deep squat prise. So you're gonna get into a good deep squat position. Yep, knees are open, toes are slightly pointed out. Now what Jillian's doing here is she's taking her elbows and prying her knees open. She's still breathing naturally, but what she's really trying to do is open up those hips, open up the adductors there, the groin, and really push against the knees to open up those hips there. Hold this for 30 seconds and you're good to go. And you can even incorporate a little bit of swaying back and forth to deepen that stretch. All right, the last one, but probably the most painful yet the most rewarding, is the frog pose or the frog position. This is common in yoga, but it's also common in strength facilities, so it just looks painful to begin with. So wide stance, this is it. It's really hard to explain. Knees are open, lower legs are parallel with each other, feet are flexed, back is flat, and you're kind of just sinking the upper body into this. Now I know she's got a background in gymnastics and dancing and things like that, so she's got good mobility. I don't expect you to have good mobility like this. I personally don't. I can get maybe half of this. That's why this is called advanced. Hold this for 30 seconds up to a minute and then release, but always breathe through this. Good, come on up, Jillian. So out of all these exercises and stretches, I would say you need to do at least the first 3, because once you start getting good hip mobility, then that opens up great things to take place in those hips, and then you can start progressing into more advanced movements. So use these stretches before you work out, after you work out, days off, just use them as much as you possibly can. And all the information and sets and reps and things like that can be found under this video in the video description area, along with a bunch of other links to stuff that I know you'll find helpful as well. So hopefully, again, you found all this information helpful. What I need you to do is like this video, share it with somebody you know, subscribe to our channel, leave us some feedback. If you've got a comment or question on something that's bothering you or you just need some help with, use the comment section below under this video. And just for watching this video, I want to give you a report to read. It's called Why Stretching Won't Make You Flexible. It's totally a deceiving title, but once you read the report, you're totally going to understand why stretching is important, but it also might not help you get flexible, the flexibility that you want. Anyways, to get this report, click this box right here. Click it, give us your email, and the report's on its way to you right now. Subscribe to us by clicking over here. Check out these other stretching related videos that I know you're going to find helpful as well. Hey, Coach Brian here, Jillian, representing Critical Bench. Hey, have an awesome day. We'll see you next time.